and they're also going to have to kind of play around that back and build him back up.
Yeah, the good thing is they're on red side, so technically you can wait with your pick for Crown. You don't have to show anything early, even though he technically didn't actually have to blind pick last game because LeBlanc was already locked in.
And then they're just like, and Lulu. Just be safe.
I mean, the best game they played, I mean, I think the first C9 win was good, but RNG's game against Gen.G was actually good by Gen.G. They had Lulu mid in that game for Crown, and it was very, very successful. I like the Nocturne ban from them. They've dealt with it twice now. They absolutely hate it. It's really rough for them. I think it's a really smart ban.
Not being able to sort out those fights has been causing chaos for teams. As you said, we see Nocturne on that ban list. Thresh as well for Jack Troll's potential in creating those advantages with the hooks over and over again. Urgot does make it through, and he's locked in for Cabochard.
There we go. I thought I was going a little bit crazy if Urgot was going to drop all the way down past second bans
for
again.
no reason.
But Vitality grabbed that one up. Cabochard, you know, European top laners have really impressed throughout this tournament. Now he's going to have the premier top laner, Urgot. Good way to start it off.
Number 180 carry pick for Ruler in the Kai'Sa. That is the late game insurance for Gen.G. We know they can win late game against Vitality. Problem is, can they get there?
All right, give me percentages on round 2 of a Draven to Fischio.
So there's
no Kai'Sa.
No Thresh this time to go for the ultimate. You know, Draven Thresh they did last one. I mean, with Xayah ban and Kai'Sa
good
pick,
in the Kai'Sa.
I think the Draven. I'm gonna give it, you know, 60% this time, not 70%.
All right. No buyer's remorse, though. It definitely was effective.
Okay, now I'm giving it a higher chance.
Thank you.
There we go. I'm going to go 100%.
Could be locked in. That's that big damage off of the Sun procs that Leona throws in from her passive. 17 seconds left for Attila to lock this one in. They may just allow Gen.G to throw a few more bans at that 80 carry position, and then the team can get away with a little bit more. 5 seconds to lock it in. Yamato Cannon standing behind Attila here and the team as they talk to Jizuke on the lock-in. And he gets him
100%.
Tristan.
I'm going to stop asking for Deficio percentages.
Hey,
from
the
now
first one was 60%. The second one was bad.
Fair enough, fair enough. It is the Tristana locked in, though, and Tristana does have a lot of all-in potential, so it does combine with Leona, right? There's a big reason why they pick it with this champion. Rocket Jump has more damage here. It can be a lot of kill potential for that bottom lane, and there's still a possibility to play around there.
I really like this Aurelia pick, especially if it goes top lane for Cube. Even though, you know, Urgot is a guy who will not lose to anyone in lane, I still think once you go later in the game, Aurelia becomes the better split pusher. And if you play around the lane, you could do a lot. I'm concerned if it's Crown, just based on his own individual performance. But obviously, mid lane Aurelia is also a possibility. We've just seen a lot of Aurelia top in this tournament.
Definitely agree, and it looks like junglers going to be focused. Of course, neither team locking in a jungle champion yet, so Xin and Kindred off the table here for Kikis. Those are 2 of the successful champions that he's already used.
Yeah, I think the Xin Zhao he played earlier today was really, really important, and actually probably the best pick for him right now, just because you can still add value in the team fight with his ulti. Olaf is still available for him if he wants to play it in this game, if he wants an early game jungler. Talia is banned by Team Vitality, which is smart because he doesn't really play it, and Ambition might steal his pick.
Yeah, and I think that is kind of a good double ban here. Vitality throwing some bans at Crown, because even though Crown is on red side and guarantees that he gets the counter pick, they're trying to take away a few of the ones that are a little bit more safe.
Yeah, I'm actually really expecting Lulu to be the last pick for Gen.G. Aurelia top. Lulu Olaf is a great combination when it comes to really trying to punish in the mid game. I think that is the most likely one. Also, if it is a LeBlanc being locked in, you can take the Lulu against her.
Yeah, definitely possible for LeBlanc to still pressure a Lulu very hard, but Crown would definitely have some more options there. Let's see what the last is here for jungle for Team Vitality. Into an Olaf with 4 bans already.
So you play a lot of Trundle.
Yeah, Rockets like, is also an option, but there you go.
So Trundle was like the pick for Kikis just when he joined Vitality, but it's obviously been nerfed ever since, and that's why it's kind of fallen out. And it's not going to be Trundle this time out. Oh, we got a Malzahar.
I was going to say, Crown won the World Championship primarily with the Malzahar, having the built-in spell shield to help him. It's very good combo breaker against LeBlanc because LeBlanc does, want to chain the damage with her sigils. However, I'm more excited for the Lee Sin picks that have been coming through thick and fast. That is a jungle champion where you can output tons of pressure and get to either mid or bottom. I am expecting Vitality to play around these two lanes, kind of the bottom triangle of the map, very important, and focus on that area of vision.
Volatile compositions on both sides. Like we said, that aggression from Lee Sin in the early game. But you have an Olaf. Who fights that guy? He has axes. We'll have to see if Kikis takes that into his hands against Ambition, who is now in. Also, wrap your head around this. Last year's world champions are one loss away from elimination and contention here at Worlds. And life being breathed into the European LCS from Vitality. Game after game. We're about to be onto the Rift for Vitality versus Gen.G.
And this comp here from Vitality is once again telling us they want to have some split push in there. Urgot one lane, LeBlanc the other one. And they needed some engage to start the fights. That's mainly gonna be Jacktroll, but Kikis, if he plays well in the Lee Sin. And that is a big question for me, because I've never looked at Kikis as a Lee Sin player. He's played it a few times during his career. It's not been very successful. I have a lot of questions regarding his performance, and he needs to answer.
All right, well, he'll be going up against a consummate veteran here, Ambition. Gen.G have made a substitution, putting their leader back into the game. Now with the priority of Olaf, let's see what they can do. Olaf plus Braum. Even with the Braum nerfs, significant level 1 HP down, it's still a good level 1 invade. Olaf axes, Braum Qs are very threatening, so Gen.G could try and get some early vision. It doesn't look like they're doing it, spreading out into the more defensive span.
See now, Jizuke versus the Malzahar for Crown. Jizuke on that LeBlanc for this mid lane game, and we'll see how much pressure they get from Ambition and Kikis on that Olaf and Lee Sin respectively. Line of scrimmage on both sides as nobody gets in each other's hair to start things off.
And I really like everything you said in the pick and ban phase about the Malzahar for Crown. Like, big difference in the feeling you have now going into the game compared to the Syndra against C9. A lot more safety for him. Of course, you can still get snowballed on because you don't have the strongest early lane. But at level 6, Jizuke will not have a QSS yet, so you can make a play around him. But also just by forcing the LeBlanc to go QSS, you do delay her own power spikes quite a lot. So this is probably the pick where he can have the most value right now.
He's had success on it in the past. Definitely a comfort pick in a very, very necessary time for Gen.G. 1 and 3 in the group. As you said, Riv, it's now or never for them.
And that means no hesitation. We have to see Gen.G behind each other on every play, and the first hit from Crown gets the crowd riled up. He's going to be feeling that. Like we said, it needs to be a mental reset for him, and he has to start off well in that mid lane. Jacktroll and Attila now down to the bottom as we start our farm off.
Yeah, and as we talk about Crown being important on the Malzahar, I think Cuvee and Ruler are the two players you're looking at to win the game for this team. The Irelia pick against the Urgot top wins the first trade here. We know Irelia, the later we go into the game, the scarier she gets, and Cuvee can really perform on her.
And even level 1, very early, you can stack up the passive and go with your Conqueror. As soon as you proc that rune, you can see Cuvee trying to get the most out of those auto attacks with the attack speed, chasing him down. But that's kind of your window against Urgot, right? It's level 1, and then you're looking for your scaling and trying to become that big split pushing menace.
Almost has him up to the turret. Cuvee could be able to really start a little bit of pressure as Kikis pushes back if Ambition is there. And Jizuke just slow farming this lane. A little bit less aggression than what we saw to start things off. Crown keeping himself much safer and not wanting to force this lane out at all.
Coming into the game, you guys already said this. Gen.G, they have to win this game to stay
Absolutely
in the World Championship. They actually have to also then beat RNG later, because Vitality and C9 will play today. Both teams on 2 wins. One of them will hit 3 wins. And if Gen.G wants to try and get that second place, they gotta take down first Vitality and then the MSI champions RNG.
It's a tough road. Not many people thought Gen.G would have to be crawling back from anything in these groups. And Vitality coming out of the woodwork here. This is what we want from teams at Worlds, to be able to just flip the script. A little bit of a pushback here as level 3s come over in the bot lane, and still very, very quiet on the Rift for that Lee Sin and Olaf roaming around.
Yep, Olaf here. Ambition has gone with a power clear early on. He's a very quick clear speed. He's been able to buy his Predator boots, and he's running to Crown to try and protect him. Now, in the mid lane, Jizuke's been going for trades over and over, but Crown has still been able to get a decent amount of the last hits, so he's doing well on CS still, considering the pressure.
And like the little Voidling being placed that gets the chain from Jizuke, so Crown does not have to flash away. After this, he just placed it super, super safe. Good job so far from him, and Ambition is controlling bot side with the Rift Scuttler.
You can tell, as we talked about in Champ Select, the bottom triangle of the map is the priority here. Ambition's putting a lot of effort in vision. He put this Ghost Poro on enemy territory as well, so he'll even get some bonus stats from that, and laying some wards down, just camping around the bottom area so Crown has an area of safety to rely on while he tries to scale up, get closer to his level 6, and access to a couple more of his answers.
That nicely flows over into a little safety for Ruler. Ambition being able to get into that opposite side of the jungle here is a bit of that Jack Troll with a sixth sense on this one, and he kind of starts hovering back as well.
I'm a little bit surprised Ambition didn't actually stay in the enemy jungle and then walk down behind Attila and Jack Troll. He wanted to walk back into the river when there was a chance for him to get spotted, but obviously he didn't fully know where all the wards would be, and I think he's also just playing it a bit safe and value farm.
Exactly. We're going to have a disproportionate amount of time spent making sure that Crown has a good start to this for Gen.G, because of the way that the last game went. And there's a possibility of a Lee Sin gank from topside, so he's kind of guarding against that. But look at the vision on the map right now. Extensive Gen.G wards through this red quadrant of Vitality.
You couldn't clear all that if you wanted to in one pass anyways. It'd be super hard. So at this time, Vitality is going to be seen at some point in the jungle. This information could be big for Gen.G, or, as we keep saying, allow just that safe lane for Crown. A lot of things are a plus for Gen.G here coming off of their last loss.
Well, can they use the vision right now? Because it looks like Vitality wants to just push out bot and then recall. Once they return, they might be able to do a sweep of the jungle. They get information of Kikis, that is great. They know he's moving towards the top side of the map. And Cube can then actually play respectful. Ambition will try and spot him also with the vision plant.
Yeah, the way that you want to do jungle tracking, as you can see on the mini-map, Gen.G throw down a couple of pings. After they see Kikis, they're predicting the next 2 camps for him to go to in the area of the map. Now he's on the Grump, and they should be able to play around this accordingly. Top side there, Cuvée on the Aurelia, not going in for the trades, even though the wave is right in front of the turret.
So I said before that once Crown hits level 6, Jizuke will not have a QSS, and he can just ult him with Olaf. But Jizuke's first item is a QSS.
Oh my word.
Nothing else. Remember, this for him means that he's getting really only some magic resistance, and that's about it. Like, there's no mana, there's no AP, anything.
Jizuke is one of those guys, pays his taxes instantly, right at the beginning of the year. Doesn't wait ever, no procrastination. He's got his QSS, he's gonna get some use out of it.
That quarterly life is hard, man. He's making it work, though. We'll see if it comes into play, if they actually get something tricky here. If he gets ulted and Kikis can still come in, maybe they can get something real tricky onto Crown to start it off and really hit his mentality right away again.
Yeah, and this is exactly the start Gen.G wants. After the last game where there was so much early action, they fell behind very quickly to C9. This is much slower. They have great scaling, especially because Crown Ruler are on like Malzahar and Kai'Sa. They even have Aurelia top for QA, so this is literally perfect for them against Vitality. Vitality are the team who wants to play fast and aggressive and loose. Gen.G, control.
So what's that next fast, aggressive, loose move? What would kind of be the easiest way to get that moving?
Kikis level 6 is the first thing I'm looking at, and then you combine that maybe with Jack Troll in the bottom lane to make a play. Mid lane, I think, is really hard to collapse on right now. Top lane as well, you can get a kill for Urgot. Like, I'm looking at top or mid personally, and Kikis needs to be involved.
Yeah, honestly, my first reaction to a question like that is, where are my wards? And Vitality has most of their wards around this top side, protecting Cabochard, on this Urgot. And Aurelia definitely is a champion that you can try and focus early, just as the Tiamat.
Yeah, you can burst it now.
Gen.G currently, though, are going to be able to take this Ocean Drake with their Olaf team collapsing here as well to secure their objectives.
12.5 across the board for gold. Statistically, as a team, Gen.G, interesting stat, 75% of the time, they are sharing an equal, wait a minute, top lane gank on a Cube. He doesn't have much say about this. And fear beyond death. We'll have to ask him if he was scared on that one when he comes back up.
Well, we were correct there. Top lane, Kikis goes up. Really good combination. You see him kick Cube into the wall during the knockup. He can't dodge the ultimate. Here we go. The mid lane is
Crown
next.
hit. Seeing the blade goes in as well. He tries to get the null zone over onto Suzuki, but there's the kill for Jack Troll, and it starts for Crown. He goes down again.
And we just said Gen.G, they're happy with the slow early game. Nothing is happening. They just want to scale. And then Vitality, they turn it on. Kick his first gank top. Roam mid from Jack Troll. He didn't even use flash or ulti. First turret as well. Vitality, they turn it on.
Yeah, and that wasn't even loose. That was just straightforward, single gank, very efficient timings, and then a great roam from bottom lane as well. Let's take another look at it. We said, where are the wards? The wards are top lane. So he goes right through his control ward into the lane here. Cabochard knows as long as he just gets close enough, easy ultimate there off of Kikis' kick into the wall, then knock up. Then Crown, right when he gets back to lane, he's got some trouble in store for him.
And let's see, where can Crown flash here to actually stay alive? Comes in, chain is on him now. If he flashes, at least he gets under the turret, but he feels like the chain will connect onto him and he will get ulted by Leona. He ends up just saving it, and then it's obviously too late, and he ends up just getting CC'd down.
Yeah, Jack Troll doesn't even go for the ultimate there. Just ease right in, they pick up the kill, and they have some more, cooldowns available for the repeat plays here.
Quick transfer of blue buff over to Jizuke. Nice guy, Kikis, as he'll head back, and we'll see what he can do as he returns back onto the Rift. 2-0 now for Vitality, starting off the way they want to, with kills early and an idea of where to keep going.
Very, very true, and the only positive for Gen.G right there is the fact that Jizuke didn't get the kill. And I really can't stress enough how much it slows down the LeBlanc, that you have to rush a QSS or get it very early at least. He's already a bit down in farm as well, so it doesn't feel like the kind of game where Jizuke is going to be the main carry, but that was the same when Vitality beat RNG earlier today. That was about Attila on the Draven, Jack Troll on the Thresh instead. Jizuke is trying to keep the pressure going, but he knows he needs to respect Crown.
I also think that the marksmen are going to be more important in this game than the ones previously that we saw in today, because the earlier ones were so quick paced, but this one has been quite a bit slower. We're already starting to get towards the first item completions for these marksmen. And of course, Ruler later on is going to want to be able to play off of that with the Kaisa. Currently, Attila does have his Storm Razor's Edge there, and that's a lot of burst damage with Tristana. Especially considering he can follow up on Leona very effectively.
Oh, Jack Troll not looking good. The sun may be in their eyes, but man, they look good. And Gen.G is going to be able to drop Jack Troll real quick in the river.
Ambition lying in wait with the rest of the team here. Gen.G find a kill in transition through the river. During that time, Kick is now starting up the Rift Trail, trying to get something back for Vitality on their strong side of the map.
Can they actually push down this wave and get a lot of damage on turret? They should be able to with just Attila sitting down here. They checked for wards as well. We'll place a few deep ones. Didn't actually spot the one at the red buff. Now we get the push towards the bot lane wave.
With 3 members too, I think that Vitality actually can move in to try and defend this turret. They're thinking about it. As you see Leona walking down lane. Currently though, mid lane, Crown is under attack. And Cabochard is between 2 turrets.
Easily pressuring. They're going to get Rift Herald as well from that top side. So first turret blood, Rift Herald towards mid, pressure onto Crown, and now Cabochard is drawing a 2v1 fight that he may be able to take. It's going to be a good lockdown there as Core JJ helps get the concussive blows in, but mid's going to go down as a result of this. Actually stopped slow because Kikis could not get around for the initial hit onto Crown.
Well, the action never stops here.
No, it doesn't.
Cabochard was trying to zone him, but Cube knew. Flash to ulti, and you will stay alive. So I like that play a lot. Irelia gets the kill as well. Gen.G getting something here.
Plus, Vitality lose track of Core JJ there. Don't call the recall of Braum and him showing up as well. Allow them to take down Cabochard, the split pushing Urgot, and get a little bit of safety here back in this game where it's starting to slip away. Rift Trail did not finish off the mid turret.
Also, bot lane 2 didn't die. Gen.G had 3 players on it, but they ended up just stepping away. Attila, on the other hand, is now at this turret because Core.JJ was top, then mid, and now he's on his way back to bot.
It's such a scatter for Gen.G. We saw Core.JJ fighting Kabashar just a second ago. It's been Ruler trying to farm by himself and doing a great job at that. Still even in CS while being pushed back double time by Attila and Jektrol. So things going decent for Gen.G as they say, hey, our map is kind of getting out of whack. We need to bring it back to a pace we can handle. Now on the bot side, they have that pressure, and they should be able to drop that bottom turret.
That's pretty big here for Gen.G. Kill top, get a turret bot lane, do not lose the mid turret with the Rift Hell. I think it's a lot of small wins that suddenly combined become a pretty big win for them here in the early game.
Yeah, and then critically, solo gold given over to Ruler there. Kabashar, though, wants revenge.
Purged out. He's got the knees going. Cube's low, and there's the fear beyond death. No way Cube's getting out of that one. 2-1-0 for Kabashar on the top side.
Oh, Cube just want to go to the late game, man. He's so tired of this because he got ganked early. He died. Kabashar got the Black Cleaver for himself, and he knows he can just keep walking into Irelia. Cube needs time. He needs items. He doesn't want to fight right now.
Yeah, now we have Kikis hit by an axe and a little bit of a love tap here from Ambition, but no follow through.
Quite a bit of damage. Kikis on that warrior. No tank for him, obviously, so he has taken some hits from Ambition to start things off. Kikis has to be quick in these fights. And now it's going to be Jizuke onto Crown. Kick is just missing on the Sonic Wave, and there's an undertow to hit him. Safeguard's not going to be able to be used. He is suppressed, and Kikis goes down as he bites off more than he can chew. A flash over is quick. Jizuke keeps himself alive, but no. Yes, the distortion back, and the Glacial Fissure sinks him underground.
Oh, they get him in the end here. I love the call. They see Kikis. They know he has no QSS. Flash in from Crown. Ambition straight onto him. Gen.G, they're matching the aggression right here, and they're getting kills.
Yep, classic Gen.G here. They have Malzahar in the mid lane. Everyone collapsed to try and counter the aggression. Now transitioning down to the Dragon. This will be number 2 for the former world champions.
Quick pickup gear, a better idea of how to take down these structures as they are short on that count right now. 2-1, almost 3-1 with an explosive shot from Attila, but he cannot finish mid. And it looks like Gen.G can bite back a little bit now. We'll see this mid lane fight once again.
Yeah, they don't really know where Ambition is at. You know, they have no vision in the river from Vitality, so they're kind of getting caught out a bit. And then you see the flash forward with Ambition there.
I mean, part of them putting Ambition in this game was to give Crown some more security. Ambition has spent so much time passing through mid lane, dropping off wards, clearing out wards. Predator immediately popped so that he could come and answer one of these kill attempts and get something back for Gen.G.
And it's so important that getting these kills early on, because this is the most important game they've played all year long. You're in Korea, you're the defending world champion, you're in a group with an NA team and a European team, and you're now lost to both of them. This is not the kind of group Gen.G can afford to not get out of. The fans will be furious.
Most definitely the most important game they've played all year. Could be their last. And they want to make some more room for themselves and have a longer attempt here in 2018. Ruler is going to be that hope for them. 0-0-0 on the Kaisa, but Key Rage Blade has been completed, and he's starting to scale up.
He has been trying to keep quiet. We said, as you said, Attila got that Storm Razor quite fast, so Ruler didn't really want to go tit for tat on that damage. Right now backed off by Kikis on the bot side, and it's real safe play by Gen.G on one side of the map as everybody feels great. Ruler, Ambition, and Core.JJ doing a little bit of a party toward on mid to top.
Kabashar right now, he's the strong member on Vitality's side. Takes down another turret for himself. Really far ahead on the Urgot at the moment. Will keep pushing in, but the rest of the team, if you look mid lane matchup, that's not in favor of Jizuke right now. 80 carry wise, it's dead even in farm, and Rage Blade is completed for Ruler. So it's hard for Vitality also to do something.
Whoa, Jizuke. I love the aggression, but it's getting the better of him sometimes here as Crown gets that Nether Grasp on in the pressure mid lane now to Gen.G.
Yeah, that's the thing with Malzahar, still able to get his damage off, even if you can QSS out of the ultimate and run. Jizuke forced out of the mid lane, allowing Gen.G some damage on the turret.
Ambition hovering on the side. As Cuve pushes bottom, he says, don't fight, yo-yo that fight so I can keep pushing. And you guys keep going back and forth, just spreading Vitality thin. That kind of dissolves already. It's going to be scuttle grab for now with 1:30 on Baron. Everybody wants those summoners and ultimates up and ready.
I'm really looking for one of these Leona plays with the long range possible here to try and catch someone out and set up Jizuke, because you know this LeBlanc really excels with some sort of setup, but it's so difficult for them because not only is Crown on Malzahar with a spell shield, but also look at the wards again throughout the river. There is nowhere for them to move without Gen.G getting some early tell on what Vitality are going for.
But because Vitality's strong member is the Urgot, they actually need Capuchat with the team if they want to properly clear out this vision and get control of one side. He needs to push his lane and then move in to join them, unless they want to keep sending kickers to his lane and just kill Cube over and over. They got to pick one of the two, otherwise the rest of Gen.G remain in control. They can hold mid. We know the 1v1 top lane. Crown is doing more than fine right now. It's really important for him. It was red side. He got last pick, so he could actually get this Malzahar. And it's all about Capuchat. Is he going to kill Cube, or will he go to mid and get control for his team?
He's ready to do both. Teleport Ghost is up, so if he does need to get away, he's got a bit of that safety to run, but can also get to the team with Teleport. I think both teams are kind of standing on that very fine line of fight activation. A few hits onto Jack Troll. The supports won't be enough to push him over the edge as they hit each other back and forth. And the ward wars are very tempting for these teams. Cabochard in a bit of a sour spot. He'll take an undertow, but I do not believe that'll come of too much exhaust. Or I'm sorry, Ghost does get used there as he switches over to Flash.
Yeah, Kikis also using the blast, going to pop over to the other side. Predator popped by Ambition. And it is a pretty similar state. Now Cabochar's coming up the river.
Very slow behind. Knockback for JJ low, and he gets locked in.
Oh, the fear!
Fear beyond death. Nice ace in the hole there, but Cabochard, he is just not missing. Disdains back the hit for Ruler to go down. Attila gets a kill on that one, and it's going to be Kikis helping the team take down mid-turret one after the other. Vitality continues to find priority targets.
Cabochard answers the call. He sees the Urgot spotlight in the air, comes down the river, finishes up the first kill, flashing in for the fear. And then the throwback for number 2 onto Ruler. What a critical setup here on Baron. Ambition now is the lone hope.
Team is played onto Crown. He gets another grasp on. Oh my God, the moment Crown blinks, he's down. As Vitality absolutely turns and shocking off. Cuvée won't be making it too far as he goes down. A double kill for Kikis, and Baron's on the menu.
They might have bought enough time here, Riff, because we have Ruler and CoreJJ alive.
We're only 21 minutes into the game. The death timers are not long enough for a repeat setup onto Baron. Let's take another look at how it happened, though. Deficio, you called for an Urgot move. Here you go.
Oh, yes. And the fact he gets the ulti on CoreJJ, and he knows when it activates, he's going to get the fear. So he flashes it onto Ruler so he can't flash away in time. That was beautiful from Cabochard. What a performance so far.
Definitely true. My goodness. Finding the second kill there onto Ruler forces Gen.G's hand, gives up another one for Vitality, and now the snowball has been formed. It's just up to Vitality to throw it through.
They just have to keep rolling it. Ruler has to just slough that one off. Been safe all game, goes down, knows he can still provide a lot for his team. Nashers and that Rage Blade finished up for himself, so he just got to stay on the back line and safe. A lot of his team is going forward, so we're going to have to see how he can stay alive with Vitality just continuously trying to find another fight, It's wearing Gen.G thin.
They're looking to get a 2-0 over the former world champion. Capuchat.
That's crazy.
Stays on the bottom side for now. We know the play, either go for Cuvée or move in to join the team. Baron is still up there. It was, of course, not taken down before, so Gen.G are still holding on.
They are holding on. The last fight there that set up to the Baron, though, gave enough money to Vitality to fund all the rest of their QSSs. They now have 4 QSSs, only the support here. Jack Troll, not rich enough to grab for himself on Leona, has finished the Zeke's convergence to add more damage to Attila here on the Tristana for Vitality's team fight.
pressure in that mid lane as they move waves up slowly across the map. The thing Vitality also does very well is they have things in position. Once they win a fight, they're on to the turret. There's no waiting, there's no sitting around and letting Gen.G get back into position to stop that next turret push. A lot of what Vitality has done is always put into place before they even get to putting it into effect.
Yeah, I think another big thing about specifically this matchup, but also this group in general, is Gen.G and their players are not mechanically better than the guys they're playing against. And in the past, typically when you had like top Korean teams, you could look to 2 or 3 players on that side and say, these guys are really, really good. They're like a level above a lot of the other players during this tournament. But for Gen.G right now, that's not really the case. QV is not able to win his lanes very often. Ruler and CoreJJ have not been able to win any bot lanes during this tournament. And it just means that it's not, you're not at a disadvantage right now as Vitality if you look at just player for player. You're actually able to match everyone on the other side.
QV does have teleport coming up in just a split second. Eyes will be on Attila and Ruler as we see everybody pretty much engaging to get that damage off the map. And they're kind of A-ramming it out right now as they spread Gen.G a little thin, but no fight can really be activated on. Jack Troll's looking for a Zenith Blade, but they have to be careful because Gen.G can turn the fight just as fast.
Oh, here we go. Nope, just to see if they can actually force an ulti from Ambition, but this is what we kind of had in the RNG game as well. It's the Vitality Baron dance, where it's not hovering around the river, trying to kill a few wards here and there, and then see if you walk into river. No, get in the jungle with the team, look for an engage onto them, and see if you can win a fight here, and then go for Baron right after. They're very aggressive with the invades.
Yeah, meanwhile, Gen.G having a struggle here, trying to keep that vision up. Most of it being taken down very quickly, and it starts to become a very dangerous prospect just to venture into their own jungle to try and push up enough wards, because again, the LeBlanc burst damage is still there, even though hasn't gotten any kills and had to rush a QSS.
And you have to deal with extra wards right now. 25 minutes into the game, Kikis is still sitting on that trinket. Ambition is trying to clear these wards along with CoreJJ, so they are not able to kind of push forward the vision they want to protect. They're spent clearing it all day.
Yeah, every time they manage to clear it and put down their own wards, they do buy a little bit more time to try and scale. Ruler most likely wants a Banshee. Right now it's also trying to stop Jack Troll from getting onto him early.
Let's play Track the Urgot, because once again, Cabo Shard, now he's level 16. He's actually swapped over to a heal. He used it for move speed here, and they're going in!
Big damage onto Ambition. He's able to get to the back of the fight with Ragnarok on, and Solar Flare misses. Cabo Shard is there, but he can't get too close. He's looking for Fear Beyond Death. CoreJJ being the meat wall. He cannot fire the spear out for the kill, and they're going to have pressure mid. This is what I mean. The minions are there. You see 2 members backing for Gen.G as they're losing their second tier mid.
And we just got to see Attila. He can bring some damage now on this Tristana. Not even on IH just yet. Sadly for Vitality, the Leona ulti did miss. Didn't get another flash. All of Gen.G saved theirs. They got out. They lose a mid lane turret for now, but no one died. That means no Baron for Vitality.
Still tracking the Urgot. Cabo Shard now. Will he be able to get to QV in time if he just blindly shoots into the brush?
Oh!
Just missed!
That was a kill right there. Attila was coming down. Kikis was moving as well. Gen.G will just be able to sit in their own jungle, try and kill a bit of vision again. But man, QV just stayed alive. That could have been a huge moment for Vitality. Great recall skills. Is that something we can praise?
I would say
on the right side of the brush.
Nerves of steel.
Yeah,
some people will flinch and try and dodge a skill shot, maybe just the reactions, but he does let it go off. QV though, he's still not up to the level 16. The extra level in your ultimate does quite matter on Aurelia because it's kind of that break point if you're able to finish off one of your squishy targets during the combo. Right now though, once again, Vitality closing in through the jungle. Gen.G trying to fight for their control wards.
Jack Troll's in the front here. Kikis clearing out some Krugs as they have time to do just about everything inside of Gen.G's jungle. Red buff grabbed over. Nicely done. Cabo Shard with the disdain just misses Ambition. And they're going to have to get out without that gap closer to start things off. Jizuke, not much mana here. Gen.G may be aware of that once they see him come around the corner. Still pressure from Vitality as they have been relentless in trying to make Gen.G create errors.
And they keep looking for that pick right here. Jack Troll not pulling the trigger. Kikis as well. His least in right so far has been fine. He's kind of done what he needed to do in the early game, but he's not been the kind of guy to go for all-ins all the time and like find crazy moves to maybe kick Ruler back. We might get it later. But again, Gen.G, they're stalling. They're trying to get the 3 items as fast as possible without losing the Baron. And Vitality, they need that Baron if they actually want to start going all the way into the base.
And look, it is tedious work trying to clear out these wards over and over and over, but it is of the utmost importance that Gen.G are able to keep a clear line for themselves, because if Vitality do get that Baron, that is when it all comes crashing down. Infinity Edge has now been completed for Attila on the Tristana, and the range definitely available.
Clear out wards and Baron Pit. Like you said, it's moving forward with that vision, just to make sure they can get an eye on Ambition, an eye on the Cuvée when they want to move forward. Crown hasn't really had the option to lock anybody down just yet. Its fights have not been in favor of Gen.G. Just showing you how much strength Vitality has over the game right now. Everything's in reaction for Gen.G right now, and that is good for Vitality.
Ruler can go back and get his Banshee, sitting on about 2,000 gold at the moment. But 3 items on Vitality, of course, makes it rough. Void Staff is ready for Jizuke, so despite having to rush first item QSS, he's now able to actually deal some proper damage. Level 16 coming very soon from him as well. It's not there yet. Oh, there we go. Just got down the last minion. So Vitality, this is kind of your moment if you still want to fight, when you feel like there's a clear advantage. Later we go, the more Gen.G can actually do to fight back.
The 1v1 between Jizuke and Crown, just going back and forth to pop a Banshee's Veil and start. They're going to look to take a little pressure onto Jizuke. No, Ambition just throws on a bit of speed to get himself in and out.
We need to focus in on what are Gen.G's goals at this moment, because Vitality should also be thinking about that. And it does revolve around killing the single target. Crown has the lockdown to burn someone's QSS first with a Malzahar ultimate. Then they need to be able to follow up on that. Here we go, the Leona ultimate's already used. Ambition pops the ult.
Teleport coming in, Ragnarok there for Ambition as he gets to safety. And again, both teams very tempered in a full initiation. And nobody's left out to dry here. Jack Troll gets himself to a good spot, but this over and over again is giving vision to Vitality in a possible start on Baron.
Cuvée is split pushing for Gen.G in the bottom lane right now, so Vitality are trying to make him burn the teleport to join them by starting this Baron. They're sustaining several members low health though.
They hit a ward in the Baron Pit, so they got a little bit of vision there on the side of Gen.G. They know they have to go in. Killer Instinct from Ruler absolutely deletes Jizuke. How does Vitality answer to this? Ambition's on the side. He's very low, and it doesn't look like they fully want to go in. Gen.G wants to get a little wave priority and get this map moving.
But look at Ruler again. He knows no one can get to him right now.
Ooh, Void Seeker just missing onto Kikis, and now they're onto mid lane here. Flawless Duet just missing out on a stun, but Gen.G is not going to stop on their pressure. First turret in mid goes down, and they got a bit of a wave here to start on tier 2 in mid.
And Vitality are not finding easy engages. They are relying on Kikis and Jack Troll together to do something, but they can't actually get it. Kikis' play there was really weird. He sat in the brush, wanted to kick Ambition away from the Baron and then go in to smite it, but the Baron was doing 7k HP. So he just completely wasted his ulti, and Gen.G get a kill in the AD carry, and they stall again. Like this play here,
There it is.
doesn't really make any sense.
You cannot underestimate the resilience of Gen.G. Been to finals in back-to-back years. Ruler there took the killer instinct. He had to set his own up. He applied his own plasma with W, hitting that skill shot onto Jizuke at the back of the Baron Pit. And he's the one that allows Gen.G the first step back.
And we're currently getting to a phase where we're seeing the problem from Vitality when it comes to Barons that they had in Europe. When the enemy team did not opt in to fight them first, they had to try and do the slow grind around it. And then they kind of mess up a bit on vision, or they take the wrong engage. They're stunning it again though. This needs to work. Banshee is ready on Ruler, so Jackal can't get to him with the ulti instantly. And once again, Gen.G are not opting into the fight straight away. They're stalling and stalling and stalling, and Vitality, they're missing answers.
Pushing the mid lane from Cuvée with that stall. A little damage onto Ambition. Flawless Duet to lock down Cabo Shard for just a quick second. 5v5, these teams continue to stand, looking each other in the eye, just below Baron. But nobody's pulled the trigger enough to get that objective down just yet. 7-5, we're coming up on 33 minutes. One mountain in favor of Vitality to the ocean and mountain in favor of Gen.G.
Side wave so important here. Crown just dropping off some of his spells to slow push this wave for the team, or maybe it won't even push it. It's actually just kind of thinning it out a little bit. But Gen.G, the rest of the team, trying to hold mid and hold Baron while he is getting bottom lane back in their favor. His teleporter is available, so he can join.
Hold Baron. Hold your chances in the World Championships as well. Said this earlier, remind everyone, if you lose here as Gen.G, you're out of Worlds. 100%, no chance to get a second seed. They need to win these late game fights here.
Ooh, flash for flash, Jack Troll onto Ruler, but Ruler has the position to go hard now. QV pushed back and a lot of damage over onto the side of Gen.G. They may have to reconsider the fight. Nice nether grasp over onto Jack Troll, but he goes right back in and says, I'll have another. Kickus takes down QV. It's now